It's a soup restaurant. It's got all kinds of.
Third row, upper bowl, end of MSU. MSU.
Okay, so you're oh, okay. So we are going to be like almost kitty counter across from you. We're up on the 50.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, and I'm going to be right under here. I'm going to the 30 yards.
Oh, right. Okay.
You know who does the February?
Oh, yeah, so we're kind of opposite ends, but it's not that far.
It's all right. Oh, I got that.
Yeah, this is a hard copy, though.
I printed one. Yeah. If you want a hard copy,
I made a copy.
it's just the bill of sale for the Trail Association.
Hey, it was a good guy.
The IT guy?
She sent me that too.
We're missing.
Dave Cox.
We're missing a Dave today, so we're a Dave down.
So we're gonna park there, which is.
What do you think? We ready to roll?
Oh, that's for the rest of. Yeah, that's the Habit Trail, I think.
Okay.
I personally think that we ought to make a motion
yeah,
where these two girls
And then-
meet, 'cause
and then
we're
we're just gonna
forming
walk
the women.
Oh, so you're going to walk across.
Split them
Might
up.
as well get things started first thing is here.
Split them up. Put them on opposite sides.
Good.
All the time.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be a lovely walk.
It'll be nice because it'll be memory lane for us. We lived in Mason Abbott,
Oh, there it is. It's over here now.
and so I did, you know,
Oh my gosh, yes.
yeah.
It is a nice walk.
And her two kids go there. Or in school there, so yeah.
Good morning. This meeting of the Berry County Board of Commissioners is called to order. Will Commissioner, staff, and guests please stand for our invocation and Pledge of Allegiance? Heavenly Father, we just thank you for this day. We thank you for 2026. We ask that our minds and our hearts be open to hear our constituents, to manage the finances of the county, and to do what's best for all the people we represent. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. For purposes of attendance, Madam Clerk, would you call the roll?
Bassett?
Here.
Calton?
Here.
Campbell?
Here.
Getty?
Here.
Hatfield is absent. Jackson?
Here.
Smelker is absent.
No, I'm here.
Oh, sorry. Smelker's here.
I feel visible.
I might.
And Mr. Tucson.
Here. Thank you. Reports from state or county officials. Are there any state or county officials here with us this morning that would like to give an update to the board? When you say presentation?
Oh, that's under on presentations.
Let's do it under presentations then instead of this. All right. All right. Any other state or county officials? I don't see any with us. Limited public comment at this time. Any member of the public wishing to address the board may do so for up to 3 minutes. Don't be shy. It's a new year, I know. So, approval of written agenda. At this time, any member of the Board of Commissioners may ask for an item to be removed from the consent agenda and placed under items for consideration. There's very few. Hearing no such request, does any commissioner wish to change the agenda additionally?
Only if the sheriff is here to do his presentation, that he's not listed on the agenda.
He was not, but he is listed on my agenda now, so. So sheriff presentation will be under presentations, and also we were notified that item D under item for consideration, Jeffrey Snowden would not be here today. So that will be off of our agenda as well.
Flash drive for the
We have it or we don't have it? Because if we don't have it, we might want to postpone for another.
I haven't seen it. Cheryl said she emailed.
Is that in the packet right now, do we know?
It is not in the packet.
But was it in the packet for last meeting?
It was, the packet for December.
It was,
we changed the
yes.
date because of the holiday weekend.
Okay.
The holiday week, I mean, scheduled it for this week. So you guys want me to postpone it, and I'll make sure you guys have it beforehand, so if we have. Double check the last packet.
Yeah, I'd love to see the PowerPoint with it as well. So if you're okay postponing until the second BOC, that'd be great.
I'll let you guys have it first. So.
Okay.
I'll pull out the last month's packet, make sure it's in next.
We had it from
From a
a previous meeting, but I
Yes.
didn't have my packet here.
All right, perfect.
Welcome back, by the way.
Thank you. It's good to be seen. All right, we're going to approve the agenda as amended. Various correspondence. Does any commissioner have correspondence they'd like to share with the board? Hearing none, consent agenda. Commissioner Smelker.
Mr. Chair, I move for the approval of December 16th, 2025 Board of Commissioner meeting minutes, approval of January 2nd, 2026 Board of Commissioners organizational meeting minutes.
Is there support?
Support.
Motion by Smelker, support by Calton for all items listed on the consent agenda. Discussion is not allowed and a roll call vote is required. All those in favor vote aye, opposed vote nay. Madam Clerk, would you call the roll?
Bassett?
Aye.
Calton?
Aye.
Campbell?
Aye.
Getty?
Aye.
Jackson?
Aye.
Smelker?
Aye.
Tunison?
Aye.
The consent agenda is approved. So presentations, we wish we had one, but we're going to delay that one for just a couple weeks with bated breath. So we'll look forward to seeing that. Public hearings, we have none. Items for consideration. Item A, approval. The chair would entertain a motion for approval of prepaid invoices in the amount of $6,756,927.12.
Support.
Motion by Smelker, support by Tunison for approval of prepaid invoices in the amount of $6,756,927.12. Discussion. Hearing none. Madam Clerk, would you call the roll?
Bassett?
Aye.
Calton?
Aye.
Campbell?
Aye.
Getty?
Aye.
Jackson?
Aye.
Smelker?
Aye.
Tunison?
Aye.
Thank you. The motion is approved. Item B, approval of claims in the amount of $261,416.74 approved by the county administrator on 12/30/2025. Who would like to make that motion?
I will. Support
Campbell. Motion by Calton, support by Campbell for approval of claims in the amount of $261,416.74 as approved by the county administrator on 12/30/2025. Discussion. Hearing none. Madam Clerk, would you call the roll?
Bassett?
Aye.
Calton?
Aye.
Campbell?
Aye.
Getty?
Aye.
Jackson?
Aye.
Smelker?
Aye.
Tunison?
Aye.
The motion is approved. The chair would entertain a motion for approval of the commissioner's reimbursement mileage in the amount of $145.60.
So moved.
Support.
Motion by Tunison, support by Bassett for approval of commissioner reimbursement mileage in the amount of $145.60. Discussion. Hearing none. Madam Clerk, would you call the roll?
Bassett?
Aye.
Calton?
Aye.
Campbell?
Aye.
Getty?
Aye.
Jackson?
Aye.
Smelker?
Aye.
Tunison?
Aye.
Thank you. The motion is approved. Next on our agenda, Sarah Vandenberg. Sarah, you've changed a little.
Good morning, Jeff Kiesler, planning and zoning, filling in for Clerk Vandenberg. We had a request from Johnstown Township to remove to do a partial termination of a PA 116. And that was for that is in the Springfield 2 PA 116. And the reason is that Johnstown wants to expand on the Banfield Cemetery, which is on Osborne Road. Right now, that is about 4.5 acres. They want to add 6.5 acres, bringing it up to just over 11 acres. So, and folks from Johnstown are here today if people have questions related to that. So,
Okay.
all right.
I didn't see anything too outstanding in the request. It seemed pretty normal. We've been doing a lot of these partial terminations lately, so Questions from commissioners?
No, just say that it's been discussed at the meetings. They definitely need a increase in distance space on their cemeteries, and they've done a great job putting it all together.
Okay. All right. If there are no questions, the chair would entertain a motion for adoption of Resolution 26-4, approving a partial termination of farmland development rights agreement number 08-65724-123121 for parcel -08-09-018-018-00 as requested by Johnstown Township.
So moved, Campbell.
Support.
Motion by Campbell, support by Smelker, for adoption of Resolution 26-4, approving a partial termination of farmland development rights agreement 08-65724-123121 for parcel 08-09-018-018-00 as requested by John Towns Township. Any further discussion?
I just have a question. Maybe it's in there, but okay. So how much land did they take off it again? How many acres?
So they currently is about 4.5 acres, the current cemetery. They're looking to take 6.5 additional. And the whole cemetery would be like 11.
The original farmland preservation, how big is that?
Oh, I would have to get back to you on that. I don't think I have that in the Yeah, I'll have to get back to you on that.
So I'm just, I'm just curious. Is there a minimum size something needs to be to qualify for farmland preservation?
I believe it is 2 acres. Yeah.
Okay.
2 acres. Yeah. 2 acres.
Okay. I didn't know if you took it down to a certain size, if suddenly it wouldn't be within the limits, but 2 acres sounds like it gives a lot of leeway. Thank you, I'm set.
Commissioner Smelker.
Now, will there be some reimbursement on that land, and who will get that? The county or the state? Because I believe that was a state grant, wasn't it, for farmland preservation?
Yes, typically, if there are, taxes that are waived, those do have to be paid. I don't know if you guys have specific information about that.
This will be township-owned property now? Okay. Commissioner Campbell.
I think too on that, John, I think that goes back, the amount goes back to the original date that the 116 was taken out. Mm-hmm. And they can run anywhere from 10 years to 99, Jeff? Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Just on that 6.5 acres?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
It's a total of.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good information to pull out of there.
I didn't hear that. What'd you say?
115, almost 116 acres.
For the VA one,
Okay.
Additional questions or discussions? Hearing none. Madam Clerk, would you call the roll?
Bassett?
Aye.
Carlton?
Aye.
Campbell?
Aye.
Getty?
Aye.
Jackson?
Aye.
Smelker?
Aye.
Tunison?
Aye.
The motion is approved. Thank you. Next up, Eric's got a few things for us this morning.
Chair, welcome back. Glad to have you back. In your packet is a request to approve a job description and pay grade for a new IT position that was budgeted
in this year's budget. This is a joint position between IT and front of the court. As such, Matt and Annette are both here and can get into more detail if you would like.
But the three of us worked through the job description process, have the proposal in front of you. It also went to the classification committee, and
The committee, as reviewed, is setting it as is requesting to consider it as
12, grade 12, which would be in the
association case.
Okay.
you have specific
Questions
questions,
on duties, I'm happy to,
jump in,
I
but
know Matt and Inez probably can handle that
we'll
better
dive
than I
in.
can.
Is this position filled right now, or?
It is a new position.
That upon your approval today, we'll post.
Okay.
It is,
Really set up to deal with security issues, as we talked through.
a little bit during the budget is, there's more and more that we're being asked to do, cybersecurity wise, especially
through
audits.
that the IT department in front of the court has to complete. So it will benefit front of the court
By allowing us to, someone dedicated to really jump out those issues that are identified.
Okay.
But as happens, it's beneficial for the front of the court, but also beneficial for us in the county.
So
Those changes in policies, security standards,
and then carry over to that front end
so
Okay.
that's why we have a shared.
position on that. It'll be about 60% general fund, 40% FOC.
Okay. Questions from commissioners?
I just have one. What qualifications do they have to have for this position?
In your packet, you can see,
Through that, but I was
I
like,
think someone with an associate's degree, your science related field, we prefer somebody with a bachelor's.
yeah.
Somebody obviously with experience would be great.
From 3 to
5, and there are some specific security certifications.
that IT would love to find somebody with that, but
That's what I was at, kind of after.
We're aware that IT is a very competitive job market. They're listed as preferred. It's someone we would work with to get to those certification levels
if we get them on board, if they
if
don't
we
have
have them already.
Okay.
Somebody with a background, this is not our entry-level positions, this is next step up.
So it's somewhere down the line, if somebody, we've looked at how we grow people within the organization. This would be step 2 or 3 in the IT department.
Okay. Thanks, Eric.
Additional questions? Seems like a fairly simple request that was already budgeted for. So the chair would entertain a motion for approval of the job description for junior security analyst and set the position as grade 12 on the salary classification system on the BCCEA pay scale.
So moved. Support.
Motion by Bassett, support by Getty. For approval of the job description for junior security analyst and set the position as a grade 12 on the salary classification system of the BCCEA pay scale. Any additional discussion? Okay. Madam Clerk, would you call the roll?
Bassett?
Aye.
Carlton?
Aye.
Campbell? Getty?
Aye.
Jackson?
Aye.
Smelker?
Aye.
Tunison?
Aye.
The motion is approved. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we'll get that posted immediately.
All right, next up, approval to purchase Dell Power Servers.
I'm going to start us off, and then I'm going to turn it over to Matt. Both of these items, the next 2 items, were budgeted for as well. There's some slight cost differences, which I'll let Matt get into. I want to leave you with the fact that this is probably one of our higher priority projects that we need to accomplish in IT this year.
Our backup, it's amazing how much, data we create at this point. If you look at,
Sheriff's Department is going to get even more. Prosecutor's Office.
it's amazing how much
And, 80 to 90 terabytes, I think, is where we are. So
Terabytes.
Terabytes. So every time you do a phone dump, every time you do a video capture from something, that's just a lot of data. You have to hold it for a period of time. So,
just when you encourage you to go imperative improvement,
the details on it.
Does that include, like, the body cam footage that we're now taking from the Sheriff's Department and all that stuff?
Interestingly, the body cam footage itself will be stored in the cloud as part of the sheriff's agreement with Motorola. But the part we have to factor in is almost every case where body cam footage is being referenced by they're going to send a copy of that data off of the cloud to the agency. So ultimately, we will be storing at least one copy of that data as part of the remote system. So we are going to be responsible for housing a percentage of that data in-house. Cases where it isn't referenced or particularly active case or it's recorded and stored in the cloud and they don't need it for an active prosecution, that data wouldn't necessarily be sent to the prosecutor's office. So we're not storing 100% of it, but than we were storing yesterday or last year. So we expect an increase in that. As Eric said, our costs initially were projected for this when we applied for some grants in early 2025. And as you all know, the political climate for federal funding and grants last year have not been particularly friendly, so we haven't really received any responses regarding those requests. Should they come in and be approved later, we would apply those funds retroactively to these accounts, but
What I want to add on that, we did receive notice we were approved for a grant. We were just not told what it was for. It was one of two that we applied for.
And that was in May of last year, and we have yet to get any additional details regarding that. So
we're not holding our breath, but so we need to move this forward. We can't wait any longer, so that's why.
The original cost difference between what was put in the budget and where we're currently at with quotes that are accurate for today's dollars is about $5,200 difference.
Okay.
And these two requests are bundled together. Essentially, they show up separately on here, but they don't work without each other. For the backup solution, there's an underlying software component that will have a year one cost and an extended cost over time that has a licensing fee associated with it, and then the underlying hardware, which we will purchase one time, and that will be owned by us outright. So the total cost between the two components of the project comes out to be, as I said, just about $5,200 more than was budgeted. But we have some other savings within the budget this year for ERP and things like that we feel like will more than offset that cost.
Okay. Is this data processing fund?
Yes.
IT fund, yes.
Okay.
Sorry. Administrator Zuska has a particular love of the term data processing fund, so he prefers to correct us and try to get it renamed as soon as possible, as he thinks we are no longer in the 70s. So,
are you talking about this covers both item 2, the purchase of the servers, and item 3, the Quest software?
Yes, the software will ride on those servers. The solution from the previous solution that we purchased was purchased from Dell. It had proprietary servers and proprietary software. The board approved that back in the end of 2021 for about $67,000. So that server solution had about a 5-year lifespan, and we are reaching the end of its capacity and lifespan. So this replacement would be approximately $26,200 for the 2 servers that need to be replaced. One would be stored at our site, one would be stored at Central Dispatch. So if there was some kind of problem in our building, we would have an alternative site with an extra copy of all the data backed up and stored safely. So a disaster located in the downtown area, we could recover from that with our copy out of Central Dispatch. The Quest software quote comes in at $22,519, and that is subject to being renewed on a yearly basis. That is the cost of the software license itself. If we were to dramatically increase the amount of data that we were storing, the license would change slightly depending upon our data, but we've built the server skeletons with enough room to expand over time to avoid some of the problems that we've encountered with the previous solution, where there was not a very cost-effective or easy way to expand storage as our needs increased.
So this NetVault Quest backup, this is off-site?
No, this will be on-site. So we looked at a number of solutions, and really there's a couple different ways you can go in this arena. There are cloud-based solutions where all the data will be in the cloud. We have some compliance issues where we need to verify that any cloud-based data would meet CJIS requirements and other requirements for all the criminal justice information. Additionally, the cost for storage is significantly more expensive in the cloud. So there are solutions out there that we looked at that are less hands-on, that would be probably more of an elegant solution. Instead of talking about a $22,000 to $30,000 a year license cost, those were talking about $8,000 a month, so $96,000 a year in costs. So we feel like this is a good balance of what our department can manage, but also a good use of the taxpayers' dollars. I mean, there are more expensive choices out there that would give us more redundancy spread across a larger geographic area, but the price tag is significantly higher, and so we opted for something that gives us some local redundancy. If there is a earthquake that happens that strikes all of Berry County, we could have an issue, but I suspect we would be dealing with lots of problems that would exceed just whether or not our backup server was disrupted at Central Dispatch as well. So
This pulls all the county departments together.
Yep, so there is kind of two big components of our system. One is the underlying infrastructure that creates all these servers. We're not talking about that. This is just the backup and restoration component of those servers. So if the administration department has a problem with one of their servers and it fails to function, we can restore that server from a backup copy that we have with this system. That's why it's important that we have extra capacity. As these data needs grow, as these body cams come on board and they generate more data, we need to be able to store that for the prosecutor's office for these cases, and if there's some kind of problem, we need to be able to recover that and make it available again as quickly as possible.
Okay. Questions from commissioners? Commissioner Gettys.
Do we currently pay a yearly subscription for our backup software?
No, when they purchased the solution in 2021, it had a 3-year service agreement, which has been renewed one time. So it's scheduled to last through 2027. So as we're rolling out our solution, we are covered by that service agreement, but the purchase cost was a little bit higher, and early 2020s and before, the model was really one-time purchases for a lot of us, and that's where we're struggling. As counties, people in my position in different counties are now dealing with a new pricing model. People want to sell subscriptions for solutions, even if it's on-prem. They will sell you software licenses that have a particularly limited amount of time, sometimes 1 year, sometimes 3-year deals, but we are moving to have to deal with the cost of a reoccurring product license or a reoccurring software as a service model. So we'll be dealing with that, unfortunately, as we move forward. We talked a little bit with Commissioner Bassett about the differences between on-premise Office application installation versus Microsoft's current model that they are pushing, which is a Office 365 monthly subscription paid in a yearly chunk. And it really does create some financial challenges for our cost control models, and it's a challenge for all counties. We don't get a choice on the model. Where we can, we're still using on-prem solutions. We budgeted last year for Office applications to be purchased for the majority of our users this year as an on-prem solution as opposed to the subscription costs, because the cost savings were substantial. But as the companies continue to do away with the one-time purchase models, we have our choices limited, unfortunately, especially in market-dominant solutions like Microsoft Office. They get to decide for the entire market whether we would like it or not. So
I imagine this is going to have long-lasting implications in budgeting, and
it's hard to predict.
Because it's not just the county. I mean, this is happening.
No, across the
sector.
Across the whole sector, and it is not an issue where anybody wants to agree to long-term guarantees about cost rising percentages, right? Nobody will say next year we're only going to raise it by 2%.
This is a 1-year rate, not locked in for 3 years.
No, it's not locked in for 3 years. We can occasionally take advantage of costs, I guess, rate lock-ins for longer contracts, but those come with a lot more costs up front, and then we as a county have to decide, do we want to decide where we would like our risk tolerance to be? Are we more comfortable with seeing what happens every year? I mean, the nice thing about this hardware is it's not specific to this solution. So if we decided that Quest's rate was not favorable to us anymore, we could try to utilize the hardware that we've purchased for another solution, another software provider. It would get a little challenging to continue to operate while we're, it's sort of like how do you drive down the highway while you're tearing up the highway to rebuild the highway? There are solutions there where we can temporarily do that and repurpose the hardware. So we're not locked into a specific solution, but this is sort of that balancing act, as I told Commissioner Jackson, between what we can afford and what will do the job that we need it to do and can be managed by the staff that we have. Our IT staff, even with the addition of this extra person, is relatively small. We'll be setting at just under 6 FTE, and I believe Eaton County, which is about 40% larger than us, is about 10 or 11 IT staff. So we try to be cognizant of the fact that we have financial resources to manage both within personnel and within solutions, but I think this solution kind of walks the balance about the best we can.
Okay. Additional questions? Commissioner Tennyson.
So we'll basically deal with this every year.
There will be an additional cost for the software licensing, yes, on a yearly basis, and that is unfortunately unavoidable. Every solution that we looked at had a yearly cost. This was so we try to look at things for over the lifespan, so the cost per year, this is about $48,000 for the first year, and then it's about $22,500 after that. The other solutions we looked at were, like I said, in the range of $100,000 a year, every single year after this, right? So, our savings are definitely in year 2 and beyond of this solution. And we would hope this solution would meet our needs for about 5 years or so, and that's about as far as we can predict. Someone will come along with technology that we haven't imagined yet and change how we do things, but for what we can predict right now, 5 years is a reasonable lifespan for servers. We can expand the storage if we need to make it a little bit larger, but that's about what we can offer for a guarantee, unfortunately.
Just I wanted to add, this is one step. We are exploring other options for storage issues on the network. We'll be working with departments this is going to be hard for everyone, is to manage their data. We're going to have to really take the bull by the horns and really go in and what do we need to keep? What do we need to delete? It's easy to do with paper copies. You put it in a box, you say 26, you can get rid of it by retention schedules. The data can be more difficult depending on how it's been stored, how it's been named. So we're going through all these discussions. It will be painful for some departments, some more than others. But this is step one, and I think this gets us in a better spot. We also have one of our part-time IT people who has been spending a lot of time keeping our current data backup system going. So our hope is we get this in place, that'll free him up to do additional duties that we haven't been able to get to. So it is an expense, a little higher than we'd hope, but not much, and I think it puts us in a much better position.
It's sort of a scenario like an older vehicle. The longer you have it, the more work you have to do to keep it working. And the solution that we have right now was purchased with a very specific use case in mind, and we have frankly exceeded what it's capable of doing on a regular basis. So we have that mechanic who rides along with you on every trip to the grocery store and has to tinker with something to get the car to start and has to make an adjustment here to keep it working. We're hoping that something that has a little more capacity and can give us some room to grow would require less on-site maintenance every day with it.
Okay. Additional questions? The chair would entertain a motion for approval to purchase 2 Dell PowerEdge R760 servers for the purpose of backup and recovery for Berry County Information Systems.
So moved.
Motion by Getty, support by Tunison.
Yep, sounds good.
For approval to purchase 2 Dell PowerEdge R760 servers for the purpose of backup and recovery for the Berry County Information Systems. Any additional discussion? Madam Clerk, would you call the roll?
Bassett? Aye. Calton?
Aye.
Campbell?
Aye.
Getty? Aye. Jackson?
Aye.
Smelker?
Aye.
Tunison?
Aye.
The motion is approved. And are we covering anything different on software and licensing for NetVault, or is that all kind of?
This is essentially the same. This is a software component that goes with those hardware.
The two
servers.
Hand in hand. So.
They're tied together.
Okay. The chair will entertain a motion for approval of the agreement between Quest Software, Inc. and Berry County for the NetVault backup and recovery solution and authorize the county administrator to sign it. Who would like to make that motion? Smelker?
Support.
Support by Bassett for approval of the agreement between Quest Software, Inc. and Berry County for the NetVault backup and recovery solution and authorize the county administrator to sign it. Any discussion? Hearing none. Madam Clerk, would you call the roll?
Bassett? Aye. Calton?
Aye.
Campbell?
Aye.
Getty? Aye. Jackson?
Aye.
Smelker?
Aye.
Tunison?
Aye.
The motion is approved.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Matt. Unfinished business, we have none. New business, we have none. County Administrator's Report.
I'll keep it brief for our first meeting of the year. Second meeting, I guess. But we were notified by MIST last year, I don't think I've mentioned this to you yet, that we received the CDBG grant for additional housing improvements. The good news news is on top of that grant, we received another $100,000. We were asked to apply for another $100,000 for the current grant. So we're able to do 3 more houses. I believe 2 of them may be in the Nashville area. So that Marilyn has been working with those individuals on getting ready for the next one, but since we have this additional dollars potentially, we're going to be able to move it up quicker. So Marilyn and I are working with Mr. right now on paperwork and justification and all that fun stuff, but just wanted to let you know that was good news. Anytime I think we can bring more money back to the community, it's positive for us, especially in fixing our housing stock. We'll also have a grant request to you, well, a couple of grant requests in 2 weeks. One for the Brownfield Redevelopment Authority grant through EPA. We want to apply for that again. And then Materials Management has another grant coming your way, assuming the board approves that on Friday. So just to let you know, there's a lot of positive movement going throughout the county, a lot of I think things that will be beneficial to the community. So really looking forward to 26 and seeing some of these things implemented. We are continuing to plow away with our software projects and getting on the schedules, and some of which will be done by the end of this year. We're still trying to finalize the details on our ERP timing. But Jeff's jumped in head first. So if you need anything, please feel free to reach out to either one of us. Thank you.
Questions for the administrator? Okay, thank you. Chairperson's report. No report. I have been locked at home, recovering. My nurse is very mean, so I have not been doing anything lately, but hopefully that'll all change soon. Vice Chairperson's report. He is absent today. Commissioner reports. Commissioner Tunison.
Mike and I attended Carlton last night. It was a good meeting. I have Hastings Charter tonight, and I'll take care of Rutland on Wednesday.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Commissioner Campbell.
Thank you. And welcome back.
Good to be seen.
Nice to have somebody to pick on again.
There you go.
Glad you're back, Dave. I went to Maple Grove last week and Baltimore tonight, and then I get to go down and see these girls again on Wednesday night down in Johnstown. So,
with the new cemetery, so hey.
Yeah.
All good. Commissioner Smelker.
I have done nothing. No report.
I doubt that.
Same nurse I had. Just get better.
Well, you're also recovering from pneumonia.
Yeah. Commissioner Getty.
I attended Thornapple Township last night. It's a good thing we have some redundancy. And their fire chief gave an annual report. It's really interesting. Showed a heat map of where their ambulance service travels. They've really, I think those of us that have been around for a few years on the commission had heard about the extreme shortage in ambulance services around the county, and Thornapple really took the bull by the horns and has expanded their service. And it was really interesting to see that heat map and the number of runs and areas that they're able to serve, even way outside of their service area in Thornapple Township and part of Irving and Yankee Springs. So Hope Township, Baltimore Township. I can't remember if there were any in Johnstown, but the smattering of mutual aid also. Very interesting. And they passed their River Trail MOU last night. So all of Berry counties now covered. Nashville passed theirs last week.
Awesome. Good information. Commissioner Carlton.
Well, I did go to Carlton last night. I sat behind Bob, looked over his shoulder, getting some pointers of how it's done. And got Woodland Village tonight. I did the 2 villages, Woodland and Nashville, this week, as well as Castleton Township. So.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Bassett.
I attended Orangeville Township, and then this week we do have the interviews for the people who applied for the opioid settlement funds. So all day Friday, we'll be interviewing the folks who have applied for that. So I've been preparing for that. Then next week I do have the substance use disorder operations committee meetings. Oh, no. I did attend both the Berry County Community Mental Health and the SWIMBA, the regional mental health meetings, and it just so happened the day before our SWIMBA meeting, the judge finally ruled on the PHPs, and the ruling, and I will quote, "It impermissibly conflicts with Michigan law in numerous respects." So that was being challenged, was that the way that they did the RFPs, the request for proposals for the PIHPs, they found that it conflicted with the Michigan law. So they've now kicked it back to the state to figure that out and did not really give additional guidance on what needed to be done. It was just that he stated there were these conflicts. So it's a big win. It win for our region. So we'll look forward to see what happens next.
Back to the attorneys.
There you go.
Here we go. Thank you. Limited public comment. At this time, any member of the public wishing to address the board may do so for up to 3 minutes.
Couldn't let you go unscathed.
There you go.
No, I just want to say, Matt, your analogy of the mechanic following you to the grocery store, making sure you get the car going, I love that. So keep that up. I think that helps everybody else who's not into IT understand better of what you're going through. Next will be quantum computers in Berry County, right? Yeah. And other than that, new year, looking forward to working with you guys again here, and the body cams and in-car cams will be going live here at the end of the month. And yet talking about storage, the iCloud, so just about everything we do, we have to store for at least 30 days. And we got stuff like murders or something like that. We have to store those pretty much forever, especially unsolved ones. So just give you an idea what that's like at the sheriff's office for storing information. So other than that, I yield.
Thank you. Additional public comment? Hearing none. We have no other business. Commissioner comments. Commissioner Bassett, we'll start with you.
Well, we also have some good news in Delton with MISHDA and CDGB money with our My Neighborhood grant that we applied for. We passed the first level. So we've been invited to a Zoom training session on what would happen if we did receive the money we applied for. So if you remember, for our Stepping Stones development, our housing development, we applied for $1.5 million for infrastructure for from the My Neighborhood program. We're very excited to have made it over this hurdle. We'll see what happens from here. It's estimated by our contractor we need about $2 million total for the infrastructure, so to eat away $1.5 million of it will be great. So feeling pretty excited about that process. It's really going well. We've been communicating with MISHDA and thinking positive about that. And then I also handed out to you today from Delton Kellogg Education Foundation and the Delton Area Rotary. We have our annual gala will have a national speaker coming to the Gilmore Car Museum, and this is Joe Dittmar, who is a 9/11 survivor. And so he will be speaking to all those present. So I'll put some cards out there for the public, and I've given you all a card. Hopefully you can attend. It will be an evening of dinner and fun, and actually quite a moving speaker presentation. So that's all I have.
Awesome. Commissioner Colton. Commissioner Getty.
Just welcome back.
Thank you. Commissioner Smelker.
I have nothing. Welcome back. Do I have to take it easy on you?
Yes. Commissioner Campbell.
I'm good.
Commissioner Tunison.
I'm good too, Mr. Chair.
I thank you guys for the thoughts and prayers. It was one of the harder things I've been through in my life. I missed you, sort of. So, like I said, my nurse has been very hard on me, but she's doing a good job. The 4-week post-op was very good, all positive, so hopefully we can continue on our winning ways and we won't miss any more of these. So, thank you. Happy 2026. We'll look forward to seeing